Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. And today we have Paradise Islands. This is a National Geographic docu-series. It's only 3 episodes long. Each of them are about 45 minutes each, and it's from 2017. So it's pretty recent. I imagine it would look astounding on a 4K television, even if this isn't in 4K. It's probably right on that cusp. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's if you ever want to learn about the creatures and the lands, the islands that exist between southern and Southeast Asia and Australia, and the life, the it's an abundant, diverse, rich collection of islands and that contain creatures, bugs, plants, kangaroos that climb in trees, and bats that poop on flowers to feed them, or and there's plants that eat bugs and they're carnivorous, and there's pigs that box each other, and all sorts of other things. There's a lot going on. I just watched 1 episode of the three, and I got the gist pretty quickly. There's just a lot. It's pretty sedate. The narrator is pretty chill. He doesn't get it doesn't get too sensational. Like, oh, wait do you see what coming up next, and then they go to that fade out where the commercial would normally be, but there isn't because it's Disney Plus. And then they come back and they're like, look at this. There's none of that weird, needlessly dramatic, over dramatic BS. It just flows from place to place, just gorgeous rainforests, and the lava flows from the volcanoes, the very active volcanoes. The rivers of fire are created by flowing sulfur that at night, when it ignites, turns like this bluish glowing fire river. It's just otherworldly. It's like another planet. It's astoundingly gorgeous. And of course the birds of paradise, as they're aptly called, they the dudes have to show off their specially learned dance moves in order to attract the ladies with their plumage, and they're just all of it. They have it down to a science, learned over or just it's part of who they are over generations, and that's how they mate. The women are just sort of like, that guy's all right. He's good, But this one, oh, look at the color on that guy. That's how it all works. That's how the world works in the Paradise Islands. I really can't tell you much more about this. This is pretty self-explanatory. But if you want to see a bunch of just strange animals that have all like the birds of paradise, they all sort of branched off, evolved from one single species, and adapted to whatever their environment happened to be in order to keep perpetuating their species. It's and just the different animals and the amount of poop you see in this one is kind of astounding. Bat poop, especially. There's bat poop. Yeah, you learn that the plants are somewhat scarier than the animals. The animals, I mean, they seem pretty cool, but I don't know how dangerous they would be around us. But to each other, they don't you don't see a whole lot of violent action. There's no blood in this one. There's no predators hunting down and eating other animals, smaller animals. It's pretty chill. There's monitor lizards here, and all sorts of. The interesting thing was the tree climbing, the tree kangaroo. I mean, literally evolved from the kangaroos in Australia, but because the lands had moved together, between Asia and Australia, and then I guess came apart in time, it stranded these animals on different pieces of land where the volcanoes had built up enough land to create the rainforests and places for them to live. But over that time, there was a time when they could all just travel from one continent to the other, no problem. So you learn a little bit about geological history and everything like that, but it's mainly about the animals and just how freaking gorgeous they are, and just how crazy of a species collections of species that you see only in this part of the world. So yeah, check it out if you're into animals and interesting, strange animals in different parts of the world you've never been and probably never will go to. This is it. Or just go to Borneo. That's one of the places in here. There's so many places mentioned, I can't remember them all. I tried to look this up on IMDb. I can't even find a listing for it, but oh well. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
540.
540. Does it put us into those? 540? It does. Ooh. Well, we're a little bit early, a lot early, for this very seasonal episode. It's short, so we get another short so soon after the last one, that Frozen Fever yesterday. I can't tell anymore. It all goes by so fast. I don't think this is really a short. It's like a TV episode length. Maybe it's like a half an hour or so. But it's still technically a short. It's not a movie, so that's how I had categorize it. That's why it's appearing this way. So we're going to watch the scariest story ever, a Mickey Mouse Halloween Spooktacular. Yeah, scariest story ever, a Mickey Mouse Halloween Spooktacular. I tried to read that in the reflection backwards, but what are you going to do? That's what we're watching next. I'm not going to say it again tomorrow on the Disney Plus 7-Day Challenge. See you then.